Welcome back everyone to the channel for another video. This is Q50 Beast. Another one of my favorites, we have the 2015 Dodge Charger SRT Hellcat. On the previous video, the Mopar Shootout, this is the car and the tune used to spank the competition. Just continue to check these lines out on this car. I mean, this thing looks timeless. It's a big family car, but it has a big motor to get it up and down the road. And that's why I love this car. Very fun to drive on the game, very fun to drag race on the game. It fits in the middle of a lot of classes. It's just a great car. It's just an all-around great machine. All right, let's go ahead and get into this tune. Man, is she a beauty. All right, let's go ahead. All right, going over to the conversions. We did no conversions. We kept the stock engine. It's a beast. No need to change. There's no V12. We're going with the stock engine. All right, drivetrain, we left it rear wheel drive so we can keep it as realistic as possible. Going over to the engine, we did a race intake, we did race fuel system, we did race ignition, we did race exhaust, we did race camshafts, we did race valves, we have a race engine block, we have a race pistons and compression, and we upgraded the supercharger to get us up and down the road. And we got a race intercooler, and we actually went with the race oil coolant this time. Went with the race flywheel to go ahead and switch those gears as fast as possible. We went with race brakes, and of course, you know, we went with race suspension, race front anti-roll bars, race rear anti-roll bars. Nothing with the chassis reinforcement, that's extra weight. And we did a full weight reduction on the car. All right, full weight reduction on the car. All right, moving over to the drivetrain, we did a race clutch. We did a 7-speed transmission this time. We did a race drive line. And guess what? We did an off-road differential, and I'll explain that later. Off-road differential. All right, for the tires, we went with drag tires because we're doing a drag build, and we went with 275s in the front, and we went with the 355s in the rear. Now I have a correction. I used a wider tire in the front because I had to make weight, and the car actually performed a little bit better than this tune here. So you can use the wider tire if you want to, and wider front tire is what I'm talking about. All right, going over to the wheels, we went with 20-inch wheels in the front, and we went with the 20 in the rear. We kept them stock. Remember, we're using the stock wheels because I needed the extra weight to keep it from spinning. The front track width, we extended it, and the rear so we can have a better footprint and the car can handle better at high speeds. We did nothing with the front bumper, and we did nothing with the rear. We left the stock wing. I like the wing on it. It helps out a lot. All right, looking at the front tire pressure, we went 31.5 in the front and 15 in the rear. We went 274 gears for our final drive, and our first gear we're looking at 3.78 is what we did. 3.78 for the first gear so we can keep it from spinning. 270 for second, 190 for third, 145 for fourth, 115 for fifth, 0.95 for sixth, and 0.78 for the final and seventh gear to help us out with the top speed. We did nothing with the alignment. Anti-roll bars, we went 38 in the front and 65 in the rear. In the springs, we went all the way soft in the front and went all the way hard in the rear. On our ride height, we went 4.7 in the front and 6.3 in the rear. I kind of lifted the car a little bit. We have the race suspension, so it's kind of slammed, so it helped it look normal, but I wanted to be able to put the power down in the rear. All right, in the dampening, we went all the way soft in the front and all the way hard in the rear. And the bump stiffness, all the way hard in the front and 8.5 in the rear. This was a really good balance for the car. The aero is 0. We did nothing with that. The brakes, we did nothing with that. And the differential, we did nothing with that. All right, let's go ahead and make a pass. Look how the thing leaves. It does not spin at all. There's the share code if you're interested. This car doesn't speed at all. It goes through the gears pretty well, and it puts out a pretty good time for this big heavy of a boat. Look at that, 181 mile per hour plus in a half a mile. And let's go ahead and look at the quarter of a mile and see what it does. You see, we use that off-road diff. That's why the car is not spinning. We use the off-road diff so we can put that power down, and look at it leave. It leaves very, very hard with the off-road diff. gotta just heat the tires up and it leaves extremely hard. Look at that, over 158 miles per hour in a quarter of a mile. Look at that. This a nice tune. Very, very nice tune. I hope you've enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe, and check out the next video. This is Q50 Beast. Peace out.